Hello, it's Callan from Twindere, riding solo here today. With the announcement of the Love Live Nijigasaki anime airing on October the 3rd, I thought now would be a good time and a fun video to highlight some potential characters that could appear alongside the main cast. And yes, the anime is its own continuity. It doesn't have to adhere to the other media, but it doesn't hurt to have a look. I started with the Bond stories of the All-Stars game, along with some of the other Nijigasaki content like the Four Combers, to see any characters linked with the girls. I'm going to introduce them, give a little backstory, and then theorise whether they will be included in the anime. First, we have the fandom's favourite purple snake, Sasuke. Originally appearing in the Famitsu Four Combers as a Yumu's pet with a taste for eye, he would later make a cameo in the Muteki Q Believer video as a plushie, and likely that's the form he'll take if he appears in the anime, as a background object in a Yumu's room. I had an idea that in this continuity that Yu either gives Sasuke as a gift for a Yumu, or maybe even wins it for her at an arcade, cementing their strong friendship. I could definitely see a Yumu hugging him during an emotional scene. Next we have Ophelia, Shizuku's golden retriever, which is mentioned in her bio, and appears in some of Shizuku's card arts. There isn't as much to go on for Ophelia, but I would like to see her as the mascot character, a la the alpacas from the first series and Shitaki, Chika's dog from Sunshine. However, I could easily see her just not getting mentioned, so unless we go to the Osaka residence, the chances of her appearing are low for me. And for the last pet, Aran, Rina's robot cat, which is not a joke. Aran appeared in the Four Combers, and again we have little to go off. I could see a cameo in which Rina is comically going through some of her inventions and briefly shows off Aran. So when I was writing this script, originally I was going to theorise whether or not we would get a Rina face reveal. Good thing that I waited though, the PV came and showed that yes, they are not going to hide her face, which I think for the long run is a good choice. The logistics of her constantly having her board up would defy logic. It's something that works in the game with the static images, but constant motion would make it a nightmare. Even early on in her bonding story she is comfortable without the board, so it works for her character. Now Ai has her grandmother, who she lives with and makes her favourite nukazuke, a type of fermented pickles. Like most parental figures in Love Live, if she does appear, it's likely in a crowd shot towards the end of the series at a concert. Additionally, there is Kawamoto Misato, a big sister type that I grew up with and frequently appears in her bonding stories. I think if Ai gets an episode dedicated to herself, Misato would have a role in that episode. However, since she lacks connections to other characters, I don't see her appearing outside of this. Emma has a few characters connected to her. I'll start with Natsukawa Mai, who appears in Emma's Bond stories, as the idol who inspired her. However, due to how recent Mai appeared, I can't imagine the writers would have had the time to incorporate her into the anime, maybe a cameo at most. Since her 8 younger siblings and her pet goat Neve are back in Switzerland, it is unlikely that they will be making an appearance in the anime. They could appear as a photo that Emma keeps, or perhaps a video call during Emma's downtime. Maybe they pay a visit at the end of the anime during a concert. Now this one is the one I am most confident about making an appearance, which is Kanata's sister Haruka. Haruka, like her sister, was a card in the original School Idol Festival, and appears as a regular feature in Kanata's Bond stories. A big part of Kanata's character is her connection to her little sister and working hard to make sure she can look after her, and Haruka is quite popular with the fandom. The series has had previous little sister characters, like Honoka's, Ellie's and Chika's sisters. I feel Haruka will serve a similar role as a reoccurring character, and if Kanata gets a dedicated episode, I expect Haruka to have a major focus in that episode. And lastly, the big one, the Student Council President of Nijigasaki, the 11th and most recent member of the Nijigasaki School Idol Appreciation Club. Will Shioriko make an appearance? This is tough as she wasn't teased in the Muteki Q Believer video like Yu was, and the character designer of the anime tweeted surprise at her joining the club in the game and the real life group, implying that the anime staff had no idea of her greater role. Of course, he could just have been joking, however he would later delete the tweet. She was also not featured in the PV release of the anime, but I feel she has to be included surely. Maybe she wasn't originally going to appear, so with her announcement they had to do some rewrites. She might appear in the later half of the anime, or maybe they end on a tease of her for a potential season 2, or she just doesn't exist in the anime continuity. And while I doubt she will have a big role, even if she does appear, I hope they will tease her in some capacity, leaving the doorway open for a future appearance. And that's it. Did I miss any characters? Who do you think will make an appearance? Hey, maybe we'll get some anime exclusive characters. A rival group perhaps? With the anime drawing ever closer, I'm very much looking forward to it. Nijigasaki is experimenting with our usual idol formula. It's set to differ from its predecessors, and that unknown future excites me. Until next time, bye!